Conrad,
Okay.
can you hear me? You're muted. We can't hear you right now. Can you check your mute?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to go back 5 minutes.
Can you go back 5 minutes? We've been trying to get you to figure out how you're unmuted.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so
Sorry.
okay. I don't know how that happened. Okay, see, as long you can all hear me now.
Yes, you're all good.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so going back to the products a little bit, I just want to highlight the products very little. All of our products have certifications, so they're used by the NBA, NFL. Jay Johnson, who trains the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, I don't know if you heard any of that, but he uses our products, and obviously a lot of the trainers for the Cowboys in Dallas use our products. So the trainers for the Lakers, I mean, I can go on and on and on. Our stuff's used in the Olympics. Lots of science, lots of certifications. If you want to know more about the products, you go to monavie.com. You could also email Monavie at productquestions@monavie.com, and you can see the certifications that we have, stuff that we have published in PubMed. So if you're a medical doctor and you need something, you want to see something that's published, we have lots of stuff published. So there's a lot of things that are available to help you with why the products are so unique and why they're so dominant on the market, and why we have well over 5 million people around the world who are using the products over the last 10 years since Monavie has been in existence. So I just want to highlight a few of the products. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you have energy issues, because there are a lot of people on right now that are 18 years old, 25 years old and up. Okay, so I do want to make sure that I talk to the whole audience here. Most people that are out there, if you have energy issues, for example, we have, and who doesn't? I mean, there's a Starbucks on almost every single corner around the world. It's not. I mean, I've traveled, all over Europe and Asia and North America, working with some of our teams, and the bottom line is energy issues are really a common thing around the world. So we have a good for you energy drink, if you will. It's got acai in it. It's good for you. That's one of our products that we have. There's no weird stuff in it. I mean, who doesn't have energy issues? So that's a product that we have. Who doesn't have, if you're 25 and up or 30 years old and up, I mean, who doesn't have aches and pains, or when you move your arm like this or something, it squeaks and makes a bunch of noises and stuff like that. I mean, when you age, that's the stuff that just happens. So we have products that, like this bottle behind me here, which is Monavie Active. It has the best glucosamine that's on the market. That's what's used by so many athletes around the country. But we did come up with a product called Monavie Max. And Monavie Max has this product in it, the green label, and it also has another product in it, which is called Wellmune, and that's in the same product. So it's called Monavie Max or Monavie MX. It's all in one product. Okay, so it has 19 superfruits. These are not fruits that you're going to get at your local grocery store. I want you to understand something. Even if you're doing fruits and veggies on your own right now, you may be thinking right now, well, I already do all that. The reality is that it's very difficult to get. In fact, you can't to get these exotic superfruits. And what I mean by superfruits is that they're fruits that are at another level, if you will. Like, for example, acai. We move more acai than any other company in the world. We pretty much control that market. Most companies that you see, or most products that you see on the market that have acai in them, they get it from us, but it's the stuff that didn't make it into our bottles, because we only put the best of the best of acai in our bottles. So the other thing is we have Juicera. We discovered Juicera. Juicera is from the Chilean rainforest. So you can't get these fruits, as I said, from your local grocery store. So they're very, very high in antioxidants. 11 veggies in Max. So Max is the core product. Okay, so it has Wellmune in it. It primes your white blood cells. I mean, we're going to be. How many people are know that we're going to be getting into the season where the flu season's coming? I mean, I know even around this area, my kids, at school, lots and lots of kids have these really bad colds and all this other stuff. When I jump on an airplane, I used to wonder, what am I going to get from all these people? So Wellmune, which is in Monavie Max, it primes your white blood cells. It's patented. It's in our product, and it helps you not get sick. So who doesn't want to be sick? And it's like I tell people, if anything, these are things that are going to help you not get sick. They're going to help your aches and pains. They're going to help your, you feel better and all that kind of stuff. But what I want to do, and then of course we have Reveal, which is our meal replacement product, and I want to get into that just briefly here in a second. But this is something that is unique to Monavie. It's called the View Scanner. Okay, and basically what it is this is a fruit and veggie lie detector. Okay, and if whoever invited you, okay, or if you don't have anybody that that has one of these, then you can contact either contact us or contact whoever invited you to the meeting or whatever the case may be. And what this does is it actually says within 5 seconds with traditional quick scan, it measures your skin tissue, so your carotenoids and flavonoids, which is basically fruits and veggies. And what it does is it basically tells you, or in some cases your patients or your clients, how well that they're oxidizing inside and how well that they're able to fight disease. Okay, lots and lots of people look really good on the outside, but how do they actually look on the inside? Because that's what matters. How well can your body fight disease, aging, all of the stuff that's really important. Because one of the things that you guys can do after this is if you go to conradandjill.com, there is a very well-known doctor out there named Dr. Oz. He actually did a show about this technology. In fact, he says it specifically that your antioxidant level does determine you getting cancer and diseases. And I'm going to say that again. Dr. Oz says it on this video. If you go to conradandjill.com, you can watch the video. It's only 5 minutes, and he talks about the older technology of this. That was the first technology of this one. This one's actually the newer version of that. So it's smaller, it does it quicker, and it measures carotenoids and flavonoids versus the other one only did carotenoids. So what it basically does is it allows you to be able to hear from Dr. Oz exactly what I'm saying, which is how important that this score is. Most people don't know unless you get blood work and things like that, and there's definitely this is 5 seconds. You put your finger in there. It has a light technology. It's very, it's patented technology. We're the only company in the world that has this technology. It was put together by a guy named Dr. Gelderman. Dr. Gelderman is from the University of Utah. He is the most sought-after, most respected scientist on the planet when it comes to studying antioxidants in the human body. So he's the one that got some physicists together, and they engineered this, put this together. Monavie licensed the technology. And what's cool about it is that we're the only company in the world that has it. So you can see what how well you're doing on the inside. So you don't have to age rapidly. You don't have to. You can reduce your chances of getting diseases, and it also validates the case for fruits and veggies and things like that. Now, Monavie was pretty smart. What they did is they basically said, and whoever invited you, you can talk to them about this or contact them right away. Monavie says and did this. This is very important for you to understand. Because it really, to me, I think it's the best thing they ever did, because they're basically saying, look, our products are so good, we're going to guarantee it. If you get your score, you get what's called a full scan. It's 30 seconds, and it gives you a score and a color. Okay, you get on the Monavie products, whether it's our juices or our Monavie Reveal, which is our weight management, or I should say our meal replacement product. There's chocolate and vanilla, and you get on the product, and then you rescan yourself in 60 days. Okay, so you rescan yourself in 60 days, and if your score does not go up, then they will actually give you back your money. Okay, so we guarantee that the products will bring your antioxidant level up. Okay, so I don't know. I know Welch's or most products that are out there are not going to do that for you. They're not going to guarantee that your antioxidant levels are going to go up because the bottom line is they're not that good. So you get your score once again, and then you test yourself again in 60 days, money back guarantee. If your score doesn't go up, you get your money back. It's very, very simple. So it's no longer we hope the products work, or do we know that they're working? Well, this validates that they are working. And by the way, if you're a wellness professional, and I want to lead into that, I do work with a guy named Mark McDonald, and Mark McDonald is our fitness and nutrition expert. He's on CNN every Monday. He works with the trainers for the Los Angeles Lakers. He works with Jennifer Aniston. He works with many Chelsea Handler, lots and lots of celebrities and athletes. And He and I have done a lot of meetings in North America and in Europe, and so he also is the founder of Venice Nutrition. And Mark, basically, I've learned something from him in working with wellness pros, and this is where you guys come in. So this is very important for you wellness pros, or maybe you know some wellness pros. Once again, let's just say you're a fitness professional and a medical doctor with wellness attached to your practice, and that's just emerging like crazy, by the way. Because of the changes in the healthcare reforms and things like that, lots and lots of medical doctors are actually starting their own wellness practices because the way the changes are. In fact, I live in a neighborhood. We know lots of doctors in our neighborhood here, and Jill and I have talked to a lot of them, and a lot of them are going into that. They're going into wellness because so it's really emerging and all that kind of stuff. But there's really three things that I've learned in working with Mark McDonald, and one of them is that how can you make yourself different than everybody else? You as a fitness pro right now, you as a chiropractor, you as a naturopathic doctor, how can you make yourself different than the chiropractor up the street, the fitness pro across the street, or whatever the case may be? How can you make your brand different? Okay, because you are a brand. I mean, and if you don't recognize that you're a brand, you really want to start doing that because you are. There are ways to actually make your brand go to another level, and which would in turn give you more clients and allow you to retain more clients. Okay, those are really the three areas of focus. So how do we do that? Well, the way that you would really do that is you've got to recognize that it can't be done based on just what you're doing now if you're just working on your own. It has to be done through a partnership. Anytime you want to get your a brand to another level, and I'll just give you a quick example. If you're an athlete, you have people who are like your agent and manager and things like that that are helping you get your brand to another level. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you get your brand to another level, but in this case, this is how it would work. Okay, so once again, our goal is to get your brand to another level so that you're different than everybody else, okay, so that you can charge accordingly, you can offer things that nobody else offers. And I work with a lot of the top trainers in North America and in Europe. In fact, I'll be in Europe for 2 weeks working with some of the top trainers in Europe, some of the top medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, and helping them with exactly what I'm going over with you. So there's a few ways to do this, and you can write this down. Okay, number one, it all has to do with brand. If you get a piece of paper, you write down on that piece of paper the word brand. You're a brand, and I want you to recognize that first and foremost. And then just circle brand, because all this has to do with what I'm going to talk about. The way that you would do this first and foremost is by offering nutrition. Okay, you offering nutrition, most people don't do that. If you're a chiropractor, how many chiropractors offer nutrition programs? I'm talking about in-depth nutrition programs. I'm not talking about just retailing a few different products. I'm talking about what people are eating during their day. Okay, that would make you different than 99% of the chiropractors that are out there. So how do you do that? Okay, well, we have a partnership with Mark McDonald, who also is the founder of Venice Nutrition. So we've partnered with Venice Nutrition and Mark McDonald. So Mark has put together some programs for you that you can offer your male and female patients or clients. If you go to conradandjill.com, you click on Wellness Pro. Okay, conradandjill.com, Wellness Pro. There is a 28-day Jumpstart program. This is a nutrition program. I mean, it's very detailed. It's very easy, so people will see quick results, and you're going to be a hero. Okay, especially around the holidays and things like that. And the beginning of the year, when people have all these things that they're going to be excited about doing, New Year's resolutions, everything else. This is a great time to implement something like this into your practice. I mean, I'm just telling you. It's really, really effective. And so you can go on there and see what Mark's put together. It's very simple. You can also go to venicenutrition.com. If you would like to talk to any of the experts that are there, they're certified nutritionists and everything else, I'd be happy to help you with that. You can contact me through conradandjill.com or whoever invited you, and we can hook you up with Venice Nutrition. There's also a book that Mark wrote, Body Confidence. This is actually Mark McDonald. As I said, he's on CNN every Monday. He's in the top 10 trainers, nutritionists in the United States. Great guy. A lot of you guys have met him. He has actually a new book coming out here shortly. New York Times bestseller. This book is, and I'm sure the other one will be as well. But the bottom line is that you can also become a certified nutritionist through Venice Nutrition. Okay. Now, how many fitness pros, how many naturopathics, how many physical therapists, how many chiropractors are actually certified nutritionists? Could you imagine if it only took you a few weeks to do this through Venice Nutrition, that you could become a certified nutritionist? You are now different. Your brand is now different than just about everybody else that's out there. I mean, now you're in a position where you're not competing with the chiropractor up the street because he or she's not a certified nutritionist and doesn't offer nutrition. In-depth nutrition, okay? You can charge more. They're going to go tell people about you. Hey, my chiropractor, my naturopathic, my fitness pro, they offer this, and they're going to be like, wow, I want to go to yours because I don't get that with mine. Okay, so that's one way to get your brand to another level. The other part is the View Scanner. Every 6 weeks, every 4 to 6 weeks, could you imagine if your clients or your patients were getting a measurement of their internal health, how well they're aging and how well that they're able to fight disease? That's what this does. Okay, you could do this every 6 weeks with your clients, your patients. They can't get that anywhere else. That's once again going to help your brand. Imagine one of your clients out there. Okay, they're saying, I get nutrition. I get a nutrition program. I get to see how well I'm aging and fighting off disease program. I mean, they can't get this anywhere else. You are now making your brand different than everybody else. The other component is the nutrition program. Right now, most fitness pros, in fact, most wellness pros, they just refer people to a place to go get their products, or they'll offer only a few products that really are not helping in all areas. It's only some of these things are like a detox. That's not going to help your people it's not going to get your people to go talk about how well that you're putting them on a nutrition program, stuff like that. So the little can that you see behind me, the little maroon and black can there, how many people have sleep issues? How many of your clients or patients have sleep issues? Because that should be part of your assessment. We just launched this. It's called Rest. It's all natural. You drink it it's a tea. You drink it about an hour before bed, and it helps you sleep better. Just really quickly, too, for those that are on Google Hangouts right now, I know you guys on the live end can't actually say anything, but if you're on the Google Hangouts right now, have any of you guys tried the Rest, and has it helped you sleep? I mean, 6 out of 10 Americans can't sleep well. Just unmute yourself real quick if it has. Just say yes or no, whatever.
Yes.
All right, cool. Okay, so Frank went in there, and so yes. Okay, good. Dana's saying yes. It works, and okay, tell people. You drink it about an hour before bed. If you have sleep issues, 6 out of 10 people have sleep issues, and you decide. This is not something that you have to take from me or from Dana and Frank. I mean, these products work. I mean, once you use them, you're going to see what we're saying. So, Rest. We launched that product. Balance. You take an AM and a PM capsule. They were engineered by Dr. Sean Talbot. You can pull him up. Pull up Dr. Sean Talbot after this webinar. He's on the Dr. Oz show regularly. He's our chief science officer. He engineered these products. He's got a PhD from MIT. He's one of the doctors on the Olympic Committee. Great guy. We've done lots of meetings around the world together. I mean, Sean's incredible. He engineered these products. He's one of the top doctors and scientists in the country. And the study of stress in the human body and sleep issues in human beings. So I think what it really comes down to is use the products. You'll see what I'm saying. You can make them part of your assessment. If one of your clients says, hey, I can't sleep, you have a solution. This once again has to do with your brands. If your clients say I have energy issues, you can use energy drinks. If somebody says that I can't get my fruit and veggies input every day, that's a solution, because this is going to tell you what they're doing or not doing. They have aches and pains. You can use that. Best quality glucosamine that's on the market, used by, like I said, NBA, NFL athletes. I can go on and on and on. Rugby teams in Europe. Saracens uses our stuff. In fact, if you go to the stadium there, and I've been to the stadium there, you'll see Monavie in the stadium, and it, massive stadium over there, and they use our products because they work. We don't even pay them to use the products. We don't pay for endorsements. These people use the products because they work. So that's just a little bit about the products and how you can implement them into your practice as far as a wellness pro. You're also creating a residual income, because right now the only way that most people make money is by you being there. Well, that's a problem, because what if one day you decide you don't want to be there anymore, or what if you decide you want to travel or do something with your family or whatever. What if you're creating an ongoing residual income through the Monavie partnership? So you've got the Monavie partnership. It's helping your brand. It's a puzzle, if you will, to help your clients, your patients. It's the missing link in what they need. They're going to use these products. The key, and buy these products, why not get them from you? And Monavie pays you for that. Monavie doesn't pay an athlete or a celebrities to endorse their products. And I want you to understand something. Companies, they market their products, and the bottom line is that they're paying us to talk about their products rather than paying Kobe Bryant or an athlete or an advertising company or do traditional marketing. They just pay us to talk about them. It's very simple. It's a very simple business model. And I think what it really comes down to is that with the partnership and kind of winding this down, the other part of this is whoever invited you, or like myself with the people that I work with, and I would help you as well, we oversee the partnership so that you can focus on what you do, which is building your practice, getting clients, getting more patients and things like that. So I think what it really comes down to is that you've got the scanner, you've got Venice, you've got Mark McDonald, you have the Monavie products, okay, that you can implement in your wellness practice. These are all designed to help you with your brand. You will now be in a very select group of people that offer these different things in your partnership and your practice that nobody does, and that's when you turn out and you're in a position where you don't have to worry about retention or getting new clients because you're offering things that your clients will go tell people about because I mean the bottom line is they can't get it anywhere else. Okay, and I mean I'm going on Tuesday to actually we're ready to go. I've had several meetings with these guys. They have one of the top training facilities about 30 minutes from where I'm at today. They work with some of the top athletes in the world, specialized trainers. I mean, they work with Valentino Rossi in Europe and lots and lots of who's a supermoto GP, one of the top guys in the world. In fact, he's more well-known than the Italian president, stuff like that. These guys work with super athletes. They're implementing all of the stuff that I'm talking about in their practice. They want to offer nutrition. They're going to have they have in-house chiropractors. We're going to help them become certified nutritionists, offering nutrition on the chiropractors are going to be scanning people, getting their antioxidant levels. So we're implementing all of the things that I'm talking about in their practice, even with their trainers, getting them all certified nutritionists and things of that nature. But once again, my role there, and just like who invited you, our role is to oversee the partnership so you're focused on getting new clients. I want you to understand this is not difficult to implement in your practice. We can show you how to do it. And it will change your business. I mean, what if in 2014, I mean, your business just blows up and you have a big problem with having to hire more chiropractors, hire more fitness people, maybe open up in other locations or whatever the case may be. I mean, that's a good problem to have. But you've got to have the partners there to help you with that. I can bring in Mark McDonald. Mark McDonald has been to Portland. He's been to, Hobbs in the Midland area. There's lots and lots of teams. Lots of my teams in Europe are working on getting him to the Dallas area. Working on getting Mark McDonald to the Dallas area possibly sometime in January, February. So, we can bring the people in to help you with your practice. So that's just quickly, that's how we would help you in your wellness business. I have people that are top trainers back in Pennsylvania that we put in this week, and Atlanta. I'm working with some of the top trainers there. It's an area that can really change your business rapidly. So I want to get into the other area, which is this is kind of an area that is I've taken this on probably this year. It hit me more than anything else, which is your Gen Y, Millennium generation. About 50 to 55% of young adults that graduate from college today cannot find a job. I'm talking about highly educated, however, because they're going after that, that degree and everything else, they've acquired a lot of debt. They can't get a job. The jobs aren't out there. I read it ongoing. I showed this last night. These are two cases right here. What's very common. This was out of the Wall Street Journal, and it specifically talks about the problem that we have right now, which is kids can't find jobs. These young adults can't find jobs. So what do we do about it? What do we do to help these educated go-getters? They don't want to struggle. They have a ton of debt. Well, I look at the Monavie opportunity as a way to be part of the solution. How many of these young adults would love to start up their own traditional business, but they can't because of the money that it costs to open a traditional business? You have to have some experience in opening traditional businesses. I mean, I have friends. I said this on the meeting yesterday. I mean, I have friends that own franchises. I mean, it takes a lot of money to open up franchises, and they don't have those kind of resources. In fact, most people don't. So, Monavie takes a few $100s. You can start your own business and build a business that's global. Monavie takes care of all the things that you normally have to take care of when you own a traditional business. This is a solution. So, some of the biggest and fastest growing teams in Monavie right now are in Brazil. I just came back from one of the events that they give you on an annual basis that you actually go to the Grand Wailea in Maui every year. And I met several Gen Y people that are involved in Brazil that are, from 18 to 30 years old, that are all earning 6 to 7 figures now involved in Monavie. These guys are educated in some cases. They couldn't find the work. Same problem in Brazil that we have here. And they looked at Monavie as a solution. So Monavie is a way for us to be able to help some of these people that would like to be able to start their own business and not have obviously a lot of capital. So this is an area of focus for me. It's a lot of fun. The trips that they give you, incentives that they give you. I mean, right now we have a Jeep program in North America where you can actually earn a Jeep that Monavie pays for. So they'll pay for the Jeep every single month, your payment. In Europe, they actually do the same thing. So they could, any car that you want, it starts at a very a level that you can hit, which is silver. You can buy any car that you want, and it goes up every month as far as how much money they give you. So, and then of course they have Monavie has a promotion going right now. Some of you guys may or may not know this. They have a promotion right now where they're giving away a $50,000 car. So any car that you want, they're going to give you $50,000. It's running until March, and so most of you guys may or may not know this, but Monavie's always coming up with promotions and incentives right now, or has been in my it's almost 7 years of being involved in Monavie. I mean, who's offering programs like that? When you work for a company, what companies are offering incentive programs? I mean, when I was working for Morgan Stanley, UBS, Dean Witter, they never offered incentive programs like that. So, I don't know of anybody offering those types of incentives where you get free trips and you get cars and things of that nature. So, those are things, and I wanted, and this is primarily for, you Gen Y guys, because a lot of you guys don't have aches and pains like us. So, I can't sit here and say, this helps you with your aches and pains or anything like that. The other thing is that a lot of you guys don't have kids, so I can't say, hey, you saw my video before we started, yeah, Monavie's allowed me to spend more time with my kids just like it can for all of you. Well, you don't have kids yet. And so a lot of the things that I'm talking about, are applicable to you because, you guys don't have aches and pains, and you love to travel and you love to win stuff, and lifestyle is big for you guys. What can this bring you as far as what you guys are interested at your stage of your life? But most importantly, you got to remember that disease management is something that's for anybody, and that's where I want to get into really quickly here. And I'm going to ask a couple of you guys with the products before I kind of wind this thing down. Maybe just a couple of you guys. Maybe just talk a little bit about what the products has done for you guys. Richard, why don't you chime in a little bit on whether it's sleep or Monavie Max or Monavie Reveal. Why don't you talk a little bit about maybe what the products have done for you?
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay, what has the product done for me? Well, obviously, I'm off all kinds of meds right now. I don't have to do, I'm not on blood pressure medication. I'm not on cholesterol medication anymore. I did lose quite a bit of pounds. Geez, I mean, there's countless things. I mean, you wake up with just lots of energy. I sleep well. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that are happening in my life since I've been drinking this juice. It's just an absolute blessing for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing. Anybody else want to share?
Dana, I see you there. Do you wanna share real quick?
You go first, Frank.
Okay. Yeah. And I started drinking the products about 5 ago, and the thing that we noticed was from a point, from an arthritis standpoint. I've been involved with baseball for a lot of years. I have 3 boys that all play baseball, and I've broken all of my fingers, very bad knees. There were days that I would walk up the staircase and I would just feel like my kneecap were going to blow off. And after about a week taking the active, I started to notice that my pain was going away. I was able to get out of bed in the morning easier. And it allows me to do things with my boys in a baseball field that I didn't think I'd be able to do at this age now, which for me is just a huge blessing. So that's one of the biggest things I've noticed, and for that reason alone, if I can maintain my joint health, it's a no-brainer for me.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Go ahead, Dana.
Well, as most of you know, and to all the new people that are on this morning, as a cancer survivor, it's given my kids their mother back and my husband his wife back. I had several prescriptions in my hands to fill, even after all the drugs that I was on with chemo. And thank goodness somebody shared the Monavie with us, because we wouldn't be where we are today. My cancer marker was at 204, 205, had to be 192 to not be tested for cancer. And after drinking the product, took it to 166 and lower. And it just, like everybody stated, it just removes pain, aches. My son, who had allergies and asthma, severe, did that. My youngest son has never had another round of staph infection, which he had repeatedly. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. But for us, he just talked about a business opportunity, which is the most incredible thing ever. We've owned our own storefront. We've owned our own businesses. And nothing even compares to what we're doing with Monavie, because we're being blessed by blessing others and giving them something that will just make them feel better, which makes them a better parent, which makes them a better coworker, which makes them a better person, and that's a blessing.
Yeah, very, very good, you guys. Appreciate you guys sharing. And kind of winding down, there's a couple things I wanted to share real quick too. They're going back to kids and having issues, young adults, and not being able to get jobs right now. Out there. This is a book that I think everybody should read, whether you're in high school or, maybe you guys haven't read. I don't know. Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's actually the #1 selling financial book of all time worldwide. And this specifically talks about how we have to have a shift in our mindset and how we think that we're supposed to be doing things. Because the reality is it's not working anymore, and the proof happens all the time, and it continues to happen because this just came out. Malcolm Gladwell is the superstar of the publishing world. This just came out, and it talks exactly about the mindset that we have, in our society right now that's just not working anymore. I'm almost done reading this book, but it's the same thing here. The mindset and the shift has to change. We're programming people to get a degree and go get a job. Well, the problem is that that's not working anymore. So what do we need to do? Well, a lot of the startup companies that you're seeing out there, whether it's Google or Instagram, or I can go on and on and on. Why is it that they're being started by people in their 20s? If you really think about that, why is it that most of the billionaires and most of the people in the world, even if you go back to Microsoft and Apple, they were in their 20s, and in fact even younger than that, by starting those companies? Because the reality is that the world has changed, and they realize that working for companies is really not a long-term goal anymore. It shouldn't be a long-term goal anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Companies don't care about you the same way. When you own your own traditional business, the bottom line is, you really are buying yourself a job because you have to be there all the time because nobody's going to run it like you. The economy goes up and down, interest rates go up, interest rates go down. It's always been cyclical. That affects your living. I look at the Wall Street Journal today, and the economy has been moving because of the bond buying program. I don't want to get into too much economics here, but because I do have an economics degree, I don't want to sound weird here or anything like that. But when the Fed is getting close to stopping buying bonds, that is going to affect our economy. So my answer to you is that why not have a backup plan that's on a global basis? I want to come back to you, Richard. Richard, you're in the Dallas area, and you have a team that is actually growing in that area, but where else is it growing?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's growing Dallas area, but as you plug international or people from different country or background, as they take that to their own hometown or home country, obviously from there it creates another explosion of opportunities for them. So even though we are here, it is an opportunity where it can be taken over there and basically spread and start a whole new chain of reaction there. So global business is obviously, I think you've been telling us many times, it's the way to go, right?
Well, it
because
is.
while you're sleeping, their business opens up.
That's
it's a 24/7
exactly right.
business.
That's exactly right. And I know you have some stuff going on in Korea. Korea is really starting to pick up some steam. You guys, I look at it like this, and I appreciate you sharing briefly on that. I look at it like this. If you look at Coca-Cola and you look at Apple, I mean, just Apple alone, okay? Apple is every time they're launching their new products, they're launching them in China and they're launching in other countries. If you look at what most companies are doing today, whether it's Ford, whether it's Apple, whether it's Google, I mean, I don't care, what, most of these companies, Walmart, I mean, I can go on and on and on. Even the NFL, okay? Even if you look at the NFL, all these companies are focused on building worldwide. And why do you think that is? Because they understand that there's big numbers and worldwide numbers versus just North America, but also it's extremely risky by having everything in one economy, because we know the U.S. economy and all the economies are cyclical. So one economy doesn't do well, they can make it up in the other economy and see maybe more growth from other economies. So why can't we do that? Well, you can in Monavie because we're in 23, 24 countries. We just opened up in Italy, seeing incredible growth in Italy, incredible growth in Spain, incredible growth in Russia. We have Dubai coming here shortly. We have mainland China coming here shortly. We're already in Hong Kong. We're already shipping product into mainland China. The opportunity to be part of a global, well-known company in this industry with doing things right, without having to go out there and try to do it on your own. I mean, it's extremely expensive, very difficult to do it on your own. You can be part of something like that and have an income coming in that's on a global basis, because I want you to think about this for a second. You guys are on Google Live right now. Do you know anybody that's outside of the city that you live in? Do you know people outside the state that you're in? Do you know people outside the country that you're in? Well, don't you think that they would be interested in the same things that you are in building brand, wellness pros? This issue here is the same issue that's in Europe right now. I know because I've been there several times. It's the same problem there, where you have people, young adults who are going to college, getting degrees, can't get jobs. It's the same issue. The problems that we have in North America are really global issues, health issues, financial issues, time. People want time freedom, because at the end of the day, if you're working 5, 6, 7 days a week and you have to do that for 20 or 30 years, you're time poor. That's not a good agenda, because there's probably other things that you'd like to be doing. You can't because of the vehicle that you're in. It's not your fault. It's just that vehicle. And this vehicle, what's cool about it is that you can create, you share these products. They in turn share the products. You help wellness professionals implement what we're talking about in their practices, because how many people do you know that are wellness pros that we could implement the same program with? They come into your Monavie business. We help them. That grows your residual global business. So you're now in a position over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and so on, where you could create something that is ongoing residual income. And I'll just say this to you. Wouldn't you rather do something like this, where you have more control, rather than saying, I have a 401k and I hope Wall Street doesn't fall apart, or I mean, we all know Wall Street has its issues with being corrupt. And if you don't believe that, I mean, in the Wall Street Journal today, that they're talking about once again how the Volcker rule, which is that they're monitoring the banks right now like crazy and what they invest in and what they do. Why? Because they're corrupt. So we can't put our confidence in Wall Street. That's crazy. So that's your pensions. That's your 401ks. That's your IRAs, your Roth IRAs. And the same thing with real estate. I love real estate. I believe in real estate. The problem with it though is that it goes up and down, and it doesn't create you that residual income. Yeah, you can get rental properties, things like that, but what's the that's a lot of headaches. I know people that make incredible amounts of money in real estate, but when you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you don't want headaches anymore. And if that's your only income stream, you have no other choice. And I know, because I know a lot of people in that area that are saying, I wish I had another option that have tons of real estate, but they don't. So the nice part about Monavie is that they handle all the stuff that has to do with headaches. All we do, they ship, they pay people, they handle expansion, they do all that. All we do is go out there and share a good thing. This is what we do. Just share a good thing. You enjoy the products. They pay us, over 50% of their revenues. They pay over 50% of their revenues to us to go talk about their products or implement them into your practice or whatever the case may be. So how do you get going? How does this whole thing work? Well, you just make a decision basically to say, look, I want to get plugged in as a consumer. I want to get my score. You decide what you want out of this. If this is something that you want to implement into your practice as a wellness professional, we're here to help you do that. We will walk you through how to implement it, and I'm telling you, it'll be the best decision that you've ever made for your practice, because you will be part once again of a very, very small group of wellness pros who have some things that nobody else offers. And I'm telling you, people are going to want to be part of that. They're going to want to know what you're doing so they can implement it in their practice, and now you're able to grow beyond your area. What if you had a friend who had a wellness practice, they're implementing all the stuff that we're talking about in their practice, their clients, their success benefits you, yet you're in another city or state. What better business model is that? Same thing going back to Richard. Korea is emerging, it's really starting to pick up a lot of steam over there. And Richard's in the Dallas area. He's got incredible leaders in that area. I met a lot of them over there. So people in Korea know people in Japan. And people in Japan know people in Australia. People in Japan know people in Europe. And so what could happen is you could build a global residual income just like the Apples of the world. You're in a position where if you change the vehicle that you have right now and you think a little bit different than the way maybe most of your friends think, I know this is different, but that's the point. Otherwise that's how you get different results. So you get yourself plugged in, get on the products. We can help you with the Wellness Pro concept. You can even go to conradandjoel.com. You click on Wellness Pro. There's more information on there from Mark McDonald, how it works a little bit more. So if you want more in-depth information on it, just go to, like I said, that Wellness Pro tab on our site, and we'd be happy to help you with that. But this is a lot of fun. I will just tell you right now that you could look at 2014 and say, look, 2012, 2011, 2013, it's all good. This year was decent or whatever. But you could also look at this as saying, what if this is something that actually can help me in whatever area I need help with in 2014 and beyond? Because the reality is that the worst case scenario, if this doesn't pan out and anything that I'm talking about for you, then your life is the same. But if it does pan out for you, your life is different forever. I talk to people often, and it's really sad to me how a lot of people my age and older, they've stopped dreaming, they've kind of settled in life that, hey, this is just the way that it is, and I hope my IRA, 401k or whatever will be enough for me. And then I meet these people in their 20s who haven't been beat up in life yet. And that's why I'm so excited about working with a lot of them, because nobody's telling them that they can't do something, because the reality is that they're just starting in life. And I look at all these people that are becoming, millionaires and billionaires, and I think all they did was just stay away from people that tried to stop them from their goals and their dreams. If you look at Google right now, Google is, one of the most successful companies on the planet, focused on people in the Gen Y and Millennium generation. And why is that? Because a lot of people my age and older have stopped dreaming, and they become very negative and not open to anything anymore. There's a reason for that. I talk to some of these Brazilian kids, and young adults, I should say, and they're living lives that most people can't even dream of in their 20s. So what's it going to look like in their 30s, 40s, and 50s? Just because they decided not to listen to people that don't have the life that they want anyway. I mean, they're traveling around the world. They have income, time freedom, all the things. I mean, I look at a guy named Beto, who's a professional surfer in Brazil, making 7 figures, who is selling vacuum cleaners in Brazil. He says, we don't have a lot of options in Brazil. Somebody came along, shared it with them. Today, he's not selling vacuum cleaners anymore. He's enjoying his life, having lots of fun, and the reality is, what's wrong with that? So it has to do with the vehicle that you're in. So, you know, whoever invited you, talk to them. Whatever it is that you want out of this. I know I talked about a lot of different things, but, you know, at the end of the day, we're here as your partners to help you. We help you with all this. Please understand something. This is not something that you do and we just say go get it. We're here to help you be successful. We're here to help you with implementing this into your practice. And I'm looking forward to meeting you. If you'd like to call me, I'd be happy to speak with you. I'll give you my phone number, my cell phone number. Absolutely here to help you. It's 951-545-5367. You can also contact me through my website. You know, I'd be happy to speak with you. So, you know, whoever invited you, get yourself plugged in, get yourself on the product. Like I said, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being on. I know that this is different. I get it. I was skeptical too. I did everything the way that society was supposed to, the way that society says I should do it. Problem is, I was not happy because, you know, I didn't spend the time with my family. I didn't, you know, all the things that most of you guys want. Okay, I've been there, done that, and the reality is that the best decision I ever made was to remove my ego, okay, and be more open-minded. And it's changed my life, but it's also changed many other people's lives because, you know, a lot of the people that are watching right now, they've become my friends. I mean, I didn't know most of these people, you know, just a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever the case may be. And I'm very, very excited. My wife and I, you can see my wife Jill behind there. In fact, I just noticed that this chair I'm sitting in, this is my wife's chair. Okay, this is not a chair that I would personally pick for myself. But I just noticed the chair that I'm sitting in. This is my wife's chair. I'm kind of embarrassed right now. I've been sitting in this chair the whole time. Oh my goodness, it's kind of embarrassing. So it's not my chair. I want you guys to understand. This is not like, this is my wife's chair. Okay, but there's Jill right there. So we are here to help you. Jill and I are here to help you. We have lots of fun. We want to help you get to your goals, your dreams. I would love, if you're a wellness professional, for you to get your practice to a different level. I'm telling you right now, what I'm talking to you about right now, you will be blown away what this will do for your wellness practice. Just blown away. So we'd be happy to help you. So I appreciate every one of you guys, and you know, Merry Christmas to you. I know we're getting in the Christmas season. I love Christmas because people seem to be a little bit nicer. I wish people were more nicer, you know, through the year, but you know, you can have a huge 2014. I'm just telling you that right now. So I appreciate every single one of you guys and you being on, and you guys be safe in that area. I know the weather's crazy right now. So, but I look forward to meeting some of you guys here, you know, in the next couple of months or so and getting back out there. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thanks for being on.
Thank you, Conrad, so much for taking the time to be on and speaking to us all. We appreciate you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Conrad.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.